Sneakers. I know. Look, Joe's a huge fan.
I just
I have a few.
She may be wearing some now.
been outed, yes.
How big is this industry?
Well, look, estimates range from 50 to $80 billion US. I mean, that's the sports footwear market, of which obviously sneakers play a big role, but they've played an increasingly important role in the fashion industry, and dare I drag out that word once again, athleisure, which continues to dominate, the fashion industry and the high end of the fashion industry. So,
it's crept into the office place, hasn't it?
It has.
It's
with
quite
dressing
acceptable
down
in a lot of workplaces.
Dressing down, you've got billionaires wearing hoodies and tracks, to work. So SneakerCon is the world's biggest sneaker convention, and interestingly, this is the second time they've staged one in Australia. Last year was the first one, and last year's one was the third international iteration of the US event outside. I think it was London and Hong Kong. So why Australia? Because Australia has a number of pioneers in the sneaker market, and it's also, the sneaker sales here are booming too.
Why are we calling them sneakers then? They're sand shoes.
Definitely.
Well, they're trainers, kicks. The kids call them kicks.
They were always sand shoes, when I was growing up, because I guess you didn't have the athletic sort of trainers that you're wearing with it.
But for those kids who are into them today, they're very invested. You can see sometimes when there's a release of a new, particularly exclusive sneaker, kids line up around the block. They camp overnight.
They camp out. Although the diehard sort of sneaker people say that you don't see the camp outs that more. And of course, bots have taken over online, and there's a lot of fight back against that. But it is interesting, and a lot of people don't realise, because of the time zone difference, when they do these drops, they're called, of the hot product. Like, so you've got the basic sneakers, and then you've got the limited edition collaborations, like sort of Kanye West's Yeezy line with Adidas. Because of the time zone difference, we actually are the first place in the world. If the product is going to drop on a certain day, it'll drop in Australia first before it drops elsewhere in the world. So the hype starts here. In addition to that, there's been a number of figures. Rachel Muscat, who is Melburnian, who in fact just resigned from Adidas. Now she's been the global head of collaborations for Adidas for the past 9 years. Now she was in charge of all of those, which is fascinating that an Australian's been at the helm of that. We also have Sneaker Freaker magazine, which was launched in the early 2000s by Simon Wood, and that's regarded as the Bible of the sneaker industry. It's sold in 42 markets, and it not only gets the hot topics in terms of what's being released, it's done 30 of its own collaborations with big sneaker brands. I think the Blaze of Glory Shark. Anyway, there was one particular sneaker which has been selling for as much as $2,500 US on eBay. So this is Rachel Muscat. Yeah. So the person who's been in charge of those absolutely sort of consumer frenzy-inducing tie-ins has been an Australian. This is a copy of Sneaker Freaker magazine. So both of these people are regarded as very influential. And there's another person. His name is Chris Kovitos, who launched a brand called Sneaker Boy a couple of years ago. Now, Sneaker Boy is a very revolutionary concept. He mixed the normal sort of sneakers, I guess, the low end with the high end. He saw the beginning of that wave happening. And
but you don't actually buy the sneakers there, do you?
You don't. That's right. There's no stock. There's no cash registers. There's just samples. Consumers go into the store and they try on the samples, and then they order it on the Sneaker Boy app on an iPad, and it's shipped from Hong Kong in 3 days. Now, there are now 4 Sneaker Boy stores, and he's gone on to become a very influential streetwear buyer.